Mastah D-Baters. We get different. Mark, Nick, and Cody. Let's go. John in the corner, all gas. Mark got a stat and a laugh. Nick break it down real clean. Cody come through with the heat. Hot takes on the table. Every week we label the champ. Crowd lean in when it gets loud. Hands up, you know we amp. Talk that talk. Bring that flame. Four big voices. Say the name. Mastah D-Baters. We get different. Mastah D-Baters. We stay lit. John, Mark, Nick, Cody. Run that room. Join the debate. Feel that boom. Mastah D-Baters.
All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's Tuesday. You know what that means. It's time for the #1 debate show in the land. Welcome to episode number 4 of Mastah D-Baters. I'm John. That's Cody. Mark and Nick Freeze will be here momentarily. And we got a nice debate because obviously, you smell that, Cody? Can you smell it?
It's heat, sweat, tears, blood, grass, leather. I mean, what else do you want to know? What else?
That means football season is here, and we are 48 hours away. As Nick Freeze said, we finally got a football itch. His football itch will be scratched in the next 48 hours. I was like, you want to call it that? But we do have some foosball happening in the next 48 hours because the Pro Football Hall of Fame game goes down in Canton, Ohio in 48 hours as the Arizona Cardinals will take on the Carolina Panthers. Your boy, Mark's boy, JoJo's boy, Carson Beck will get the start for the Arizona Cardinals.
Carson Beck ain't my boy.
Hey, but he was your boy for a minute.
Okay, yeah.
He was your boy for a minute. He was your boy for a minute. But he will get the start. Of course, the 3rd round pick out of the U by way of Georgia will get the start on this coming Thursday. Bryce Young will not play. We've already heard that. But because it is that before when you know it's football time, when it's time to discuss those who get that call, the Pro Football Hall of Fame class, the 2026. We talked about it earlier this year when these names were officially announced at NFL Honors. Obviously headlined by 2 first ballot Hall of Famers in Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald, joining them.
No, Luke's a first ballot too. Isn't he? Luke was first. It was 3. Oh, I thought Luke was the first ballot.
He should have been first. But I think he went in on the second. This is second year on the ballot. So Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig round out this class of the Pro Football Hall of Fame 2026 inductees. Obviously, I want to talk to Cody about it because obviously he won't be here Friday when we actually get ready to start talking about these individuals. So as the Dodgers are continuing their losing woes right now, losing to the Cubs 5-1. Edwin Diaz just gave up a home run. Let's get your thoughts on this, Cody. What do you make of this class that's going into Canton this weekend? Obviously headlined by Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald.
I mean, I will go on record. Everybody knows that I've gone on record saying that the man in the middle is, in my book, and this may be something that we end up debating before the year is over. He is top 3 wide receiver all time for me personally. And because I got to see his whole career, I didn't have to go back and look at things that I didn't see in the past. And I know that dude, he had more tackles than he had drops in his career. He didn't miss ball games, hardly ever. And if anybody remembers him at the University of Pittsburgh, he was a beast.
Larry Fitzgerald was that dude.
his hands have to be, I mean, just the most underappreciated set of hands in NFL history, maybe outside of Chris Carter. Like, I'm just talking about like hands in general. So I loved Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, he was first ballot for me. Drew Brees, I feel like that dude he's kind of like the ultimate redemption story, you know, kind of in a way, like where he was counted out after being with the Chargers and they thought he might never throw a football again. And then, I mean, comes back and has a great career, wins a Super Bowl, throws for 1 billion yards, breaks records, and didn't really do it, to be totally honest with you, with a just pure top tier wide receiver. I mean, Marquise Colston was great, but he wasn't Randy Moss or Jerry Rice or Larry Fitzgerald or even T.O. or somebody like that. But it was, and there was guys that owe, I think, their career to Drew Brees, like the likes of like Jimmy Graham. I think guys like, I think there's guys that owe their career to Drew Brees. Like I was just saying, like Jimmy Graham. I don't think we would have Jimmy Graham being a great tight end without Drew Brees.
That was nice.
And so that I like that. Luke deserved to be first ballot, but second is good enough. I mean, that's fine. We know anybody that watched Luke Kuechly play know that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He may have not won a championship, but he's better than a lot of linebackers that are in the Hall of Fame. Like, between the ears, and teams did not want to play with him because he was a linebacker that could play the run and he could defend the pass. So between the sidelines, there was hardly, I think he was top tier for his whole career, like in the NFL. Like, you could say, oh, who are the best 3 linebackers in football right now? And Luke Kuechly was in the top 3, is basically his whole career. And then Vinny, I think this is a polarizing pick. But I think when you have the guy that has scored the most points in NFL history, he's got to go in the Hall of Fame. And then Roger Craig should have been in here years ago. Like, literally shouldn't have had to go in the way that he did. He should have been in a long time ago. So, but yeah, Vinny and Roger Craig both deserve to be in there. I think, like I said, Vinny, because he's the all-time leading point scorer in NFL history, and then Roger Craig should have been in years ago.
I agree on Roger Craig. I'm shocked. And I don't want to be a hater on this side because he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. But they shouldn't have waited to his last year of eligibility for people to realize he was a Hall of Famer. Come on now.
I'm just saying, like, he set the tone for guys that like are in the league now.
Right.
He is essentially what Christian McCaffrey is now. Like he was back then.
That's exactly what he was. That's exactly what he is. He was the first running back in NFL history to rush for 1,000 yards and receive for 1,000 yards. And he's just now getting in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Super Bowl champion. He was a key part of those Niners teams back in the day. So
that a lot of people hold on a pedestal, you know, like those teams are held on a pedestal. And when you have players that they're on a team that was held on a pedestal and they're not in the Hall of Fame, it kind of looks weird.
Right.
Especially like the media holds them on a pedestal. Mm-hmm. Because like something that we saw today, something that you sent in the group chat today about a certain batch of quarterbacks has a certain San Francisco 49er quarterback held on a pedestal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so why is his running back not held on a pedestal? I mean, I know he's running like Roger Craig was kind of on the outs at that point in the early 90s, but still.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, so I wanted to get your thoughts, Drew, on the guys. Me and Mark was obviously Nick Wise. We'll talk more about them on Thursday, but obviously, you won't be here on Friday. Just getting your thoughts on those. I think Drew Brees is going to have the speech out of these 5. Drew Brees is going to be the speech that gets everyone. That's going to get everyone going. He's probably going to be the last one up. I've had to guess. You start with Larry Fitzgerald. You throw Vinatieri in there.
I think you start with Vinatieri.
Why? Because he's a kicker?
Yeah.
That's 8.
Probably.
But but the thing is, like, again, no shade to Vinny, but Vinny was on. He's like 7 degrees of separation or 6 degrees of separation, whatever it is, but between the two arguably best quarterbacks that we've seen of the generation. He played with both Manning and Brady. So, and like I said, he's the all-time leading point scorer in league history. I can't knock the NFL for putting the guy that's put up the most points in history in the Hall of Fame. Like, it's not like he was like first. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer. No, but he's the best person to do his position ever. So,
I think Vinatieri deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, but I think that I think they should start with the kicker. They should start with Vinatieri, probably then go to they probably go to Roger Craig and then Luke and save Fitz and Drew for the last 2.
I'm trying to remember a Hall of Fame where you have first ballots go back to close the show. They always like trying to space them out. So that's why I think Fitz will probably be first, because I don't think his speech is going to be – he's going to give a good speech, but I don't think it's going to be something it's going to be like – it's going to be real, obviously, obviously real mellow, because obviously that's really who he was. He was never like a real rah-rah, loud rah-rah.
He has a degree in communication and marketing. So, like, literally, he's going to have a speech that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree. And I think some of the.
And with him losing his dad recently, I think like it's.
Yeah, and I think that some of the relationships he have. I don't think enough people know about the story with him and Randy Moss. I think Randy Moss probably the one who bring him out.
Well, Randy Moss was the one. Well, his son's going to be his presenter. Randy Moss was actually the one who gave him the news that he was going into the Hall of Fame.
That's what I'm saying. Like Randy Moss, like the connection with them two, even before Fitz got into the league. You know what I'm saying? When him and Randy Moss was just cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's stories like that. I think that we go here. I think that's gonna be dope.
For those on obviously Larry Fitzgerald, we all know he played for the Cardinals, but he grew up in Minneapolis and in high school was a ball boy for the Minnesota Vikings.
Because his dad was a coach.
Because his dad obviously covered the team long time sports writer for the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, Larry Fitzgerald Sr., who obviously just passed away a few months ago. So obviously he got to hear the news that his son won the Hall of Fame, and unfortunately he won't be at the ceremony, but he'll be having one of the best seats in the house, and see his grandson present his son into the Hall of Fame. And we'll talk more about that Friday.
I know like you guys we'll talk about this on Friday, but the presenters, the people that are presenting them, obviously you said Devin, Larry Fitzgerald's son, then you got Luke Kuechly's dad.
Yeah. I don't know who's presenting Craig and Vinny. I know Sean
Vinny
Payton.
is Carly Ursay, the
owner's daughter, Jim Irsay's daughter.
Yes, the lady, the one that's like the one that's always on the sideline and everything. Yes, she's doing it.
Well, that's different. I didn't know how close they were, but go ahead.
And then Roger Craig.
You would think it's somebody from I would think it's someone from those Niners teams that.
And I don't know who he's still close to or with on that team. It would be good to see Jerry Rice, Montana. You know what I'd like to see? I would like to see John Taylor.
Because we found out just recently who's presenting Drew Brees in the Hall of Fame. We just found that out on social media.
It's gonna be y'all coach, right?
Yeah, Sean Payton is going to present Drew Brees into the Hall of Fame.
Drew Brees should thank the Chargers.
He should thank the Dolphins. He should thank the Dolphins.
That's true too.
He should thank Nick Saban and the Dolphins.
That's true too.
Jamie Williams is doing right.
Oh,
Craig,
the former lineman, the former lineman. I know Jamie Williams, former lineman of the 49ers.
Yeah. That's crazy though.
Yeah, and then like I said, Sean Payton will present Drew Brees, and then we'll start looking ahead to who's eligible in 2027. We'll focus a lot on that next week. For next week, because obviously there's gonna be a lot of names we're gonna discuss. I think there's a few. If I'm not mistaken, I think Gronk is eligible next year already. JJ Watt, I think, will be eligible next year.
Should be in, no questions asked.
So I think those are two people in particular who I know who are on the ballot who are on the ballot first time for the first year in 2027. But 2027 might be a loaded class.
I think it's Gronk, Roethlisberger, Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm here. They just loaded. Richard Sherman, Cam Newton, Antonio Brown, Andrew Whitworth, Eric Weddle, and Le'Veon Bell.
And along with Gronk and Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell and AB played themselves right out the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Everything on the field, they should be there.
Yes.
But everything else, especially AB is done. He's not getting into Hall of Fame.
No, not at all. JJ Watt and Brady are in 2028.
Oh,
well, those are first ballots, no questions asked. We can give him a go jack in. As a matter of fact, let's give him a go jack
now. Just give him a go jack now.
It's them two and Matt Ryan. It's them two and Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's not going in. No quarterback is going in. No quarterback is going in with Brady.
Oh, you talking about first ballot? I think Matt Ryan's going into the Hall of Fame. He's just not going first ballot.
What up, Sam?
Sam, what's good? What's up, Bella? What's going on?
Sam, what up with it, bro? What's up, Bella?
Hope everything's going well.
What's up, JoJo?
JoJo's in the building. Yeah. So, I wanted to talk about that first because obviously I know Cody won't be here. So,
my homie at this game.
Oh, yeah. He's a Dodger fan?
He's a Dodger fan.
Oh, then he's pissed like me right now.
Fuck you and Kirk Schoolball. I ain't got to say that yet. So
don't worry. We finna go there right now. I got a lot to say about this.
Live on TV. Live on the screen.
This is my first time hating on the Dodgers. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Y'all can hate all you want because I'm finna go scorch earth on all people who have the same mindset. So let's go ahead and just get to it. Since people want to go there.
I'm just saying you guys can afford it. It's okay. I don't care. I'm not bitching about that. I just hate that the rich are getting richer. You know what I mean?
Hey, John, for me, it's not hating because I don't think y'all ruin the baseball. I just think that it's just every time I look up, the Dodgers getting somebody.
Y'all
that's the hate.
Fucking
that's
Prince John from Robin Hood. Prince John from Robin Hood. Robbing the poor to feed the rich.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. So obviously the MLB trade deadline went down yesterday, and the biggest story is my Dodgers doing what they do, and they acquired back-to-back American League Cy Young winner Tarek Skubal from the Detroit Lions. The Tigers for 3 prospects, and obviously everybody has an issue with this deal. So everyone's having an issue with this deal. Yeah, I'm gonna get them all, Sam. Don't even trip. I got this. I got this. So here are some of the major deals that were made during the deadline. Cody's Astros acquiring Dalton Varsho. The Brewers, they acquire former Dodger Dustin May. The Cubs, of course, they acquire Kevin Gausman, Clay Holmes, Tyrone Taylor. The Guardians acquiring Joe Adele and Foster Griffin. The Padres, Casey Mize and Robbie Ray. The Phillies making a big deal getting Luis Ariz from the Giants. The Pirates getting Kirby Yates and Luke Weaver. The Rays getting Liam Hicks and Freddie Peralta.
Who the Braves get?
The Red Sox getting Adley Rushman. The Twins getting AJ Minter. The Yankees getting Luis Garcia Jr. I think y'all had got somebody from the Angels, but yeah,
from heaven.
No, I mean LA Angels. Oh. Yeah. But everybody also everybody's so butthurt over the Dodgers getting this deal done. You know who wasn't butthurt about this deal?
Dodger fans.
Yeah. And neither was and Tarek Skubal. And he basically telling everybody who's hating on this deal, cry me a freaking river.
Every team could trade for me. You know, every team could make that acquisition. And yeah, I don't really sympathize with people that blame the Dodgers for anything they've done. You know, they've developed a really good organization. They draft well. They acquire talent really well. They retain talent. It's a winning organization. Now the complaints seem to be because they've won the last 2 World Series. You know, I don't think it was like that 3 years ago. So I don't really sympathize with people that are complaining because the Dodgers, you know, do all the right things. Every team.
Tell me where you're telling lies. Tell me where you're telling lies.
There's no lies. There's no lies detected whatsoever. I agree.
So let me get to
but
some of these.
But
what?
He knows he's full of shit at the same time, because I would say there's probably 8 to 10 teams that could not make that trade. I'm just saying, realistically, in the world that we live in, there's probably 8 to 10 teams that couldn't make that trade.
Yeah, he had his first start today.
Because they're not going to be able to pay him. They're not going to be able to pay him after this year.
There's no guarantee that he stays with the Dodgers. We know who his agent is. Scott Boras likes to go to the highest bidder. You don't care about the market. But we had some haters that was out there talking their stuff, and I want to get to them. Starting first with Michelle Smallman from Unsportsmanlike, ESPN Radio's morning show, who's a Cardinals fan. But everything the Dodgers did was just so awful. Everything the Dodgers did was just so awful, according to Michelle Smallman. I'm not gonna play the whole clip because it's 11 minutes, but I'm gonna let you hear like a couple minutes of her just sounding like a total hypocrite right now.
Dodgers, Tigers, huge move. 6 p.m. Eastern trade deadline today, Major League Baseball. As the Dodgers traded for 2-time the last 2 years, Cy Young Award winner Tarek Skubal from the Detroit Tigers for 3 prospects. And now Skubal, when healthy for the entire staff, joins a staff in LA that has Ohtani, Snell, Glasnow, etc. And Yamamoto, obviously, as their best pitcher this year, along with Justin Wroblewski, who was an all-star so far this season, but not as much of a name as maybe the other guys coming into LA. And the Dodgers go out there and get the number 1 guy on the trade market. You gave a and an eye roll, Smalls. Go ahead.
Because of course they did. Of course, the Dodgers, the reigning back-to-back World Series champions, who were already positioned to go for a three-peat, they lead the majors in run differential, and they lead the majors in ERA. They are already a formidable team, a star-studded lineup. They add the reigning back-to-back American League Cy Young Award winner to that crop of pitchers that you already just outlined, Evan. It's disgusting. It's annoying. And it's disgusting and annoying because it's the rich getting richer, but it's also disgusting and annoying because the Dodgers technically are doing nothing wrong.
Exactly.
They are just better at this than everybody else, but it's not fun. This is not fun. If a billionaire tells you, hey, I just bought another yacht, are you like, wow, amazing, way to...
Shut the bleep up, Michelle Swami. I'm sorry. I can't wait till she comes on 710 on Thursday. Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to be listening. You talk all that crap. What? Because we didn't do things the Cardinal way? Huh, Smalls? Huh? Y'all could have got this many teams that could have got Tarek Skubal. Nobody be playing when y'all was going out there, when the Cardinals would go out there and get him. Y'all ain't say nothing when the Yankees was doing this forever. You're an exception to the rule.
I was like I said last week, I've been an Astros fan and a Cardinals fan both twice in my life. And I was not, when we used to do that shit as a Cardinals fan, when Albert Pujols was there, hell yeah. But I'm just saying, like, all I got to say is at the end of the day, if You guys lose, it would be that much more sweeter just because it's fun. Just fun to watch the biggest and baddest motherfucker on the playground get knocked out. That's just how it is.
And there's no guarantee we're going to win. None. There's no guarantee the Dodgers are guaranteed to win the World Series. We weren't guaranteed last year. We almost lost it last year to the Blue Jays. We were 2 outs away from losing the World Series. Baseball is but all right. Let me hear from my guy Evan Cohen right quick.
The reality is the LA Dodgers are as good at finding guys in their system that make no money as they are at finding guys that make a lot of money. In addition, why are we not mad at the Tigers? Did someone say that they had to trade him? Did Rob Manfred said you must trade him, or could they have re-signed him? Which, by the way, they still could re-sign him after this season. Why are we not mad at the team that trades him?
We are mad.
Okay.
The package that they got in return was quite frankly shocking.
Okay, well, we also don't know how they're going to play out, right? Maybe these 3 guys are going to become great.
But still, there should have been a bidding war for a pitcher of this caliber, and there was not.
But there probably was, but maybe not to the level that you are satisfied with.
Not everybody has the farm system, too. You just mentioned. We talked about player development. Not everybody has that of the Los Angeles Dodgers and the prospects that they're getting back in Detroit.
So the LA Dodgers are playing by the rules, acquiring the best players in the sport by using players that are drafted and developed in their minor league system to acquire those that are better than them in this moment. And yes, the counter, as your co-host on Sunday mornings, Peter Burns, and I went back and forth on Twitter, Courtney said to me yesterday, the reality is if they end up pretty good with the Tigers, they can go back to the Dodgers one day. That is true because they have more money, because they have done this better. That is not the Dodgers' fault. That is Major League Baseball's fault. Someone will have to explain to me why the teams that literally never spend are still in this sport. If it's an untapped sport,
that's what I'm telling you. There's not fucking 8. There's 8 or 10 teams that couldn't do this.
Needs to explain that one to me. I would be more.
So you're going to wipe out organizations?
Why are they there in the first place?
Why would that be the
solution? Do you think the Colorado Rockies and Florida Marlins at some point here will win a World Series in the near future? Do you think the Rays, who are awesome every year, will win a World Series? There's a possibility.
They have a better shot.
Okay, great. You know what would be amazing if they did this year? If Tarek Skubal was traded to the Tampa Bay Rays, I promise you, we would not spend as much time on this as we will today. I promise you that. And the reality is, this is awesome for baseball. It's not just good for baseball. It's awesome for baseball because now everyone is either going to love the Dodgers or hate the Dodgers. And if someone were to take them down, like the Blue Jays did almost last year in the World Series, it is a massive story. Baseball should be thrilled that this is happening because it's awesome for the sport. We have the most polarizing team in all of sports right here.
Thank you, Evan Cohen. Let me just try to calm myself down. Throw on some music from DJ Cody, from my man DJ Cody, right quick.
Anybody want a DJ?
Yeah, sports for you. Okay, man. All this talk that the Dodgers are ruining baseball. And like Evan Cohen said, teams can spend. Y'all let these teams spend $10 million a season. That's on y'all. Man, there's a newsflash, people. There was going to be a knockout whether Tarek Skubal got traded or not. Bryce Harper is saying, why aren't the Phillies going out there trying to get Tarek Skubal? Why didn't the Brewers go out there and get Tarek Skubal? You could have put him with Jacob Mizorowski. Why didn't the Cubs go get him?
Did the Braves go get him?
Teams, there are plenty of teams. Mark just said his Braves. He didn't have to go to the Dodgers. So y'all, and then all this stuff. I mean, this ain't the first time. What up, Faith? This ain't the first time the Dodgers and Tigers did business. In 2024, we acquired Jack Flaherty from the Tigers. We won the World Series. Where'd Jack Flaherty end up back at?
Tigers.
Exactly.
Back with them.
And Jack Flaherty's from LA. But you know,
I'm just saying, like to his point, the lowest spending teams in baseball, I'm gonna give you 10. The 10 lowest spending teams, active payroll with a 26-man roster.
Go for it.
Cardinals at the lowest at 27.9 mil. The Nationals at 36.2. The Athletics at 38.7. The Marlins at 48.4. Cleveland at 54.4. Twins at 56. Pittsburgh at 59.3. The Rockies at 60.8. The Rays at 65.8. The Angels at 66.3. Then you jump up to 74.7 with the White Sox. The Orioles at 80.8. And then you got that's the top 20, the top 10. So Baltimore comes in at 80, and they're the 19th salary. So that's crazy. When you got teams like Philly at number 1, Dodgers at number 2, and my Astros at number 3.
Why is nobody talking about how the Mets spent a lot of money in there at the bottom of the barrel?
Oh yeah,
they have the highest. They have the highest total payroll of not just active players, but payroll in general at like 317 million. But their active 26-man active roster is only 107, so they're kind of middle.
But everybody's focused on the Dodgers. I get it.
That's because y'all are back-to-back World Series champions.
That's what everybody. I mean, get it. I get it.
All this. And I'm mad that, and John, I'm mad that my Braves didn't do nothing. I only been asking for a pitcher for the past 3 years.
I get it. People just hate greatness. That's all. I get it. But I understand. I understand it. Hate if you want. You can hate. But it's all gravy train.
I mean, the fucking Braves got a good record though, 67-45 right now. So
yes,
they had the best record in baseball at one point.
All right, let's get to some other news before we get to our debate for today. The WNBA again is making headlines again. First of all, I'm shocked this is not getting talked about more. This story is not didn't get talked about a lot more. Kelsey Plum was traded Sunday. Sunday was the WNBA trade deadline. And Kelsey Plum was traded from the Sparks to the Phoenix Mercury.
You can turn it down a little bit if you want. It's a little loud.
Turn it down. I got you.
It's a little bit because I can't barely hear you. There's good right there.
There it goes. Yeah. It was bumping though. That was bumping. Shout out to you. Good. It was bumping. I got caught in the moment. But yeah, it's all good. I totally forgot the value. But here's the deal. Kelsey Plum gets traded. She gets traded to the Phoenix Mercury. And nobody's saying a word about it. Why is this not being talked about?
Why's her face not being talked about? Get some acne medication, girl. You got millions of dollars.
It's okay. It's all good, Faith.
We appreciate you being here, Faith.
But here's the deal.
Appreciate you, Faith.
Here's the deal. What up, Chris? Here's the deal.
No one cares about them bum ass Mets. I agree.
Drill's right. Hey, Drill be here in a couple weeks when we talk the South. So Drill, 2 weeks. August 18th. Be ready.
You
and Cody gonna say the South got something to say.
Y'all know what Mets stand for, right?
Go ahead, tell them.
My entire team sucks.
I think I dated some. Whoa, you dated someone who looked like Kelsey Plum? Faith, the things we learn. But Kelsey Plum was traded, and I'm saying this because this is the only reason that this is not getting talked about, because this is clearly the Sparks showing that they're about to start tanking, and clearly there's only one target. And
you ain't taking that from me. You ain't taking that from me.
All right, look, I'm with you, Cody. I think she's.
You can't have every damn thing, John.
Look, I'm Cody. I think the fix is in for Juju to end up with the comments, because it's the only way you're gonna get them back to jump in the line of relevance by bringing the number one pick.
Pushing comment commercials around here right now, man.
I bet.
That Cheryl and Cynthia in commercials right now.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, it takes me back to 1998. I'm like, I remember when the Comets were the best team in town.
They were. Cynthia Cooper was the one. Besides shout out to Watts. And Tina Thompson was the number 1 pick out of Texas. Cheryl Swoops was on maternity leave. And then she came back the next year, and then we all know how that ended up. But
she had a baby.
Yeah. And this Mark, you crazy. The Comets won the first 4 WNBA championships.
Back to back to back to back.
Yeah. Juju's gonna be so I think the fix is in. These teams are gonna start taking for Juju. But we'll see where it goes. Well, I thought this should be talked about more except for the topic that we about to talk about, because I don't know why this is still even a topic. This stuff with Sophie Cunningham and the transgender comment. God. I thought we was done with this. But clearly it resurfaced because Sunday the Fever took on the Minnesota Lynx and the Lynx won.
Dog. Look at that. Look at Big Nick's comment. Look at Big Nick's
when did
comment.
Chris Humphries? Yo, what the? Yeah, RP came for pride, but yo, Big Nick. When did Chris Humphries join us? No, what is wrong with you, Big Nick? That's hate, man. She does not look like no damn Chris Humphries.
This is the bad picture, dude. Such a bad picture.
It's just that bad. Yeah, it really is. Yahoo, shame on you. But now Cheryl Reeve, the coach of the Minnesota Lynx, she's then jumped into the chat. So Sunday during the game, she had on a T-shirt that said "Trans kids belong."
Belong where?
That's what I was trying to figure out. Belong where? But clearly, this was a response to Sophie Cunningham saying that trans players shouldn't be drafted, shouldn't be playing in women's sports. So,
yeah,
Cheryl Reeve, she spoke on it. So let's hear. We're gonna hear from the coach after they got the victory over. After they got the victory over the Fever on Sunday, her and Sophie Cunningham had a little chat pregame, and here's what she said postgame of what was said between the two. And she's wearing this shirt that says,
We have platforms for.
How important is it to have those in-person conversations with people that have different views?
I think it's great. I think both of us understand that we have platforms, and we both talked about wanting to more than anything educate, and there are some things that we have in common, and maybe some things you differ on, just like any issues. Mm-hmm. And I think it's how you handle things, and so it was nice to be in person. For sure.
How important is it to have those in-person conversations with people that have?
So that was Cheryl Reeve talking about that, but Cheryl Reeve's is in a little more hot water also.
Is that that's not the same lady that was on my Angel Reese?
No. Cheryl Reeve, obviously, she went on a podcast recently, and we're talking about the whole situation. With
Sophie,
with trans kid, with Sophie Cunningham, she's talking about trans kids belong. But then she went on the podcast, I think it was with Sarah Spain, and she talks about she getting upset with men take coaching jobs from women.
What did Nick say?
But wait, I thought the WNBA needed money when they did blow up. Who want to go first?
You go first, John.
So let me get this straight. You're fired.
I'm gonna get fired.
Me too.
Me three. Me three. But since I'm the host, I'm gonna go first.
Misogynistic podcast coming right now.
Let me get this straight. You're cool, and we got nothing against people in the trans community. It'll just be perfectly clear. Full disclaimer. You're cool with transgender people taking jobs from your players, but you don't want them taking your job. That's what you basically said.
Or men in general.
Or men in general. And I understand the whole men coaching. There should be a lot more women coaching. We don't got no black women coaching right now in the WNBA.
I think that's what she kept referencing, women of color.
Yes. We had it a lot. We had a lot of coaching.
We had this conversation, 3 weeks ago?
Yes. Because obviously we had about 3 or 4 coaches who were women of color in the W last year, and now we don't have none.
That's what I said. They're all in college basketball because they can make more.
Mark, Cody, y'all go ahead. Y'all flip a coin. Who go next?
I'll get fired first. What it sounds like is she's saying is, they want the access that come from men, but don't want the actual men help representing that league. I have a problem with that. And yeah, I do think that I would like to see more women of color, period, being coaches. But if at this particular moment, are we saying that the men who are coaching is not as qualified, are not qualified to do this? Are they just getting hired because they are men? Like I don't understand. Like if she can prove that the men are just getting hired because they're men and not qualified, I'm with her 100%. But I feel like these men are getting hired are actually qualified to do it. Not saying that they're gonna be the best coaches, but they're qualified to be a coach in the WNBA. Go ahead, Cody.
I have a daughter.
Okay.
John has a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing against trans people. I have lots of friends. My sister is a giant advocate. Lots of friends that are that way.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with it. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, you want me as a man out there playing basketball, which them girls probably kick my ass in basketball. I'm not going to say it. But at the end of the day, I'm 200 pounds. And if I wanted to pick up a check foul, I knock the shit out of one of those girls in real life. That's domestic assault. You know what I mean? Like it's I'm just thinking about it in that form. So I can kind of get on board. But again, like you just said, you want it one way, and then you can't have your
cake and eat it too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like your cake, you're trying to, it's kind of calling the kettle black kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really what it is. And so you got to be okay with it with someone that you feel is like an in danger to your league or to your job, and then a danger to the league. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. It's not fair. And then the whole thing of people like, I've also talking about, like them people talking about Sophie. Oh, well, Sophie, we thought you didn't want transgender people playing in women's sports, when they pull up the whole thing of her playing kicker in high school football with boys. That's different. It's totally a different thing. It's not about like if you're transgender or not. It's about the fairness of the game in the end of the day. Like if you're just going to be better or whatever,
have some kind of advantage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and they're scientifically proving it. Like, it's kind of shitty thing to do. So in my way, let's just make a league for everybody. The Everybody Basketball Association.
Yeah.
Co-ed. No genders apply here. You know what I mean? Like, let's just do it. There's enough money out there. Obviously, people want to watch it. So let's make it for everybody.
Basically.
Let's just make a league for everybody in every sport, and then we won't have this fucking conversation anymore. And then you can play whichever one you want to.
Big Nick saying, tell me Gina Oriam or Dan Hurley aren't some of the best coaches of women's basketball as men Coaching is coaching, not chromosomes. And Faith says she's trying to get clout, or it seems she supports transgender, but not in her realm of work. Like she said, I support with limitations. That's basically what she's saying. She supports the cause, but she don't want her job being in jeopardy.
Yeah. And I think that she's trying to draw a fine line between, there's men and then there's transgender people. And that's, you can't do that shit. That's just trying to grasping at straws there. Like literally, like if you want to be on board with the whole thing, be on board with the whole thing, or don't be. Don't make it a gender issue. Make it, okay, well, they're not qualified.
There you go.
Because make it a qualification thing, like any job thing. Like, you have to have 10 years of coaching qualifications of women's basketball to be a good WNBA coach. Not you have 10 years of basketball coaching and you're a man. You just think that you can come in here and coach girls or women because the game is different.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying about the qualifications. Like, not everybody is qualified to do this. Even though you might be a good men's coach, that don't necessarily translate to you being a good women's coach. Like you just said, the game is different.
I would love if there's anybody in the chat that knows somebody that's transgender that plays sports and they have input and they could put input. I will personally put them on the show and let them speak their piece, just so the fact of the matter, we can hear their opinion. Just because I'm trying to be totally get as much input on this as possible, but like if at a certain point we got to draw a line. Like we have to.
What is a woman of color is better coach than her? Will she turn her on that as well? She advocating as long as there's no threat first. She wants more women of coaching. I think that's why she kept trying to kept emphasizing women of color, because there aren't no black coaches right now in the W.
Well, you're trying to get 2 wins. She's trying to give 2 wins right there. So it doesn't look like she's being totally ass backwards. I think. So, I mean, that she's just trying to get two sides of the coin on her side.
I mean, I know everyone's saying
shout out to Mark in that shirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I had to damn near fight the dude to make it for me.
Coming soon. But yeah, we will definitely keep an eye on the story, but hopefully this story goes away. I'm tired of talking about it. And she only did it because she was playing against the Fever. I guarantee you they weren't playing the Fever on the ABC. This would not even been a story. We should have been talking about how Olivia Miles was cooking that first half and how Kelsey Mitchell was keep making the case for being the MVP, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this crap. And it ain't crap, but it's still, we need to start. We got to move forward. If we're not moving the conversation, then we're not doing anything. That's all I'm gonna say. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's time. Let's go ahead and let them know. It's time for the dude who became the dude, because we all know why everybody is here. Let's go. All right. Y'all know what it is anytime we get ready for August. Last comment from Faith on this. I can't stand people who try to make it seem like they're creating self spaces for a certain community of people, but only if it benefits them or makes them look good. Just saying. By the way, Faith said Delph Graphics, courtesy of Cody.
Faith, great Cody.
The great Cody. This is all his vision, and we're putting it together for episode 4 of Mastah D-Baters. But it's time. You know, football season's here. Every August, if you've been down with the Sports For You family for the last 6 years, y'all know August is when we officially lock into football and we start having.
I scared everybody off, because I feel like last year we had lots of people on here, and now I'm like, I pissed everybody off. Sorry, token white guy, take over.
No, it's the fact that people just need to stop overhyping Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Sister Nova. She was going to join and she just got in. So she's probably watching right now in the DMV. So shout out to Nova Kane, obviously representing for the Commanders. But today, as we start every month, my God, Pedro. The Lionel, the Shields. I'm sorry, Cody. I'm having a moment because I'm watching. The TBS post game is on, and Pedro's there. They just saw the highlight of him with the Expos. We traded Pedro for the Lionel. There's only 2 times as a Dodger fan I've been very hurt. I've been very disappointed. That's one. Right now, it's looking like you guys stole one from us.
I know, man.
Oh,
You're one of the best players we've had.
Yordan Alvarez was in the Dodgers organization, and we traded him for some guy named Josh something. I don't remember. He's a pitcher. That's the one time Andrew Friedman missed. And if Kyle Tucker doesn't step his game up in the playoffs, that would be number 2. But Yordan Alvarez looks like that guy, man. The Dodgers really missed on.
Why do you think Kyle Tucker's not an Astro anymore, sir?
All right, let's get to the debate. As like I said, August Sports for You comes through with the 2 days. Every week in the month of August, leading up to the NFL season and even college football, we start looking ahead to each NFL division. And in a month, we start previewing college football. And yes, I'll relax, Nick. He's a Yankees fan. But here we go today. And we're going to add a little Master Debaters twist on it. As Sports for You, Master Debaters, and Ballers Briefs brings to you the Sports for You 2-a-days, ladies and gentlemen. The Beast from the East. Yes, the Beast from the East, ladies and gentlemen. And what we're going to do is we are going to talk NFC and AFC wide receivers. Courtesy of the great Coldster. Right here, as you see on the screen, the depth chart of wide receivers for each team in the AFC East and in the NFC East. And we're going to debate who has the best receiver, who are the best receivers in each league. And
these are I took the depth charts here, just full disclosure. I took the depth charts of these are guys that I actually feel like might have a chance to touch the ball.
Yes.
And that's why you'll see like guys, some teams like the Commanders, the Dolphins, and the Giants have more than other teams because they have a whole lot more names, and I feel like they'll end up touching the ball more, and coaches on those teams have a tendency to rotate more wide receivers around. And because the Dolphins coach staff comes from the Green Bay, who never had a wide receiver one in the last half a decade, and then the Giants are nothing but old cast-offs. So there you go.
All right. Let's go ahead and by the way, Big Nick just confirmed he'll be with us Friday to talk some AFC East. He will be there, and that he got to go to work in the morning. So he'll be with us Friday to talk some AFC East. Obviously, member of Bill's Mafia.
You heard?
All right. So let's start with the NFC East. We can go from worst to first as far as division. Obviously, the Giants were the worst team in this division last year. And obviously, let's look at their depth chart. These are the guys that Jackson Dark's going to be looking to target this season. Obviously, all eyes are going to be on the health of Malik Neighbors coming off a torn ACL.
Mm-hmm.
He had to have a cleanup surgery this offseason as well. And it's probably going to be on the PUP list to start the season. Will mean he'll miss at least the first 4 games of the season.
True.
You have Darius Slayton. They just signed Calvin Austin III from Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
Darnell Mooney from the Bears, I think it was with the Falcons last year.
Yeah.
Malachi Fields, who they drafted. They signed Juju Smith-Schuster, and they're bringing back Odell Beckham Jr. Let's start off with the G-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's tons of other players on there that you'll know their names: Braxton Berrios, Isaiah Higgins, or Hodgins, or whatever. And so like their depth chart is a mile long, and like I said, that's why I grabbed guys that I'm like, okay, these guys probably will touch the ball in some form or fashion because they wouldn't have brought OBJ back just for a training camp trick. So
Love you too, Faith. Get you some rest, baby. Yeah.
Appreciate you, Faith.
I'm looking at the
Thanks,
Giants
Faith.
again. I'm looking at this list again. Like I said, it all starts with me with Malik Neighbors and Darius Slayton. Who's going to be the number 3? You think that's why they brought in Calvin Austin, but don't be surprised if Darnell Mooney's probably could be the 3. They could probably 3-4 right there.
I think Darnell Mooney is it. Like right now, they have what I saw was Calvin Austin just because of this position, but I think Darnell Mooney is probably a better wide receiver than Calvin Austin is for sure.
I agree. Malachi Fields, we'll see what happens
from Notre Dame,
Juju
right?
and Odell are just there because they're vet. Yes, obviously Malachi Fields from a Notre Dame wide receiver, and of course Juju and Odell. By the way, speaking of Notre Dame, let me take the graphic off. I'm praying Fat is clear next week. I'm working on him, talking to Fat, make sure he's here next week. Y'all reaction to the news now that USC Notre Dame rivalry's back on, starting in 2030. Week 1, 2030, USC Notre Dame.
Why so far away?
Because the schedule's already locked in for the next 3 years.
I think USC Notre Dame game can override most of them schedule, especially on Notre Dame's schedule.
Right.
Especially when I may have to be the year that I bite myself in the ass and have to agree with Fat that they might be better than what I'm giving them credit for, and they might not. They might get over the choking hump.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
We gonna see. It's all eyes gonna be on Marcus Freeman this year because obviously
you
he's got a lot of.
and send it to Fat.
Don't worry, if he's here next week, you can tell him. You gonna tell him face to face because he's damn sure gonna say it. If he ain't thinking it right now, you know he's probably watching. He just ain't said nothing yet. Because homie Bass probably made a jab about corrupt and that Battlecat album. But back to this. Back to the to this depth
Can
chart.
you put us off to the side? Can you put us
Hold on,
off to the side?
Hold on, let me get it. Let me see.
Or is it too big? I
might be.
tried to make it to where it would fit, but
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a full screenshot. But we can get it. I can get it. We'll get it done. Hold on. But back to this story with these two teams. I mean, with the Giants, it's all depends on who. Can Jackson Dart get these dudes the ball? Obviously, John Harbaugh's their new coach. I forget who their OC is now. But Malik Neighbors is really going to be what it's about. If he's not healthy, then they're probably going to be back in the lottery again.
Matt Nagy's their offensive coordinator, isn't he?
That's right. Matt Nagy, he left the Chiefs because the enemy's back with the Chiefs. That's right.
Yeah,
so
Matt Nagy. Correct. Man. Well, I mean, Malik Neighbors, I don't know. They said he's out. He's been practicing from what I've seen recently.
How do y'all like what's their quarterback name? Jackson Dart.
I personally, politics aside, what people think aside, that's fine right there, John.
Okay,
just put it back in the. I think people can see that. And like politics and whatever people want to say alive, I think Jackson Dart could theoretically be a lot better than what we give him credit for. Now I hope that Matt Nagy doesn't ruin him, which Matt Nagy has a reputation of ruining quarterbacks, I feel like.
True that.
But he did take Mitch Trubisky to the playoffs. So, but and Harbaugh, as Nick likes to say, is the most overrated coach in the NFL. So we'll see. What's up, Brandon Bean? We'll get to you in a minute.
The real Brandon Bean.
Brandon Bean, by the way. You have to talk about your squad a little bit, Brandon Bean.
John, what you think about Jackson Dart?
I see the talent there. I see a lot of the it factor that people love with him. Can he get out of his own way and make sure he stays healthy? Can Harbaugh harness some of that frat boy nature that he has to make him a franchise quarterback? Can Matt Nagy do that? Obviously, everybody's wondering about him and how him and Cam Scatterboo they're pretty like they're fun guys. But on the field, can he get the ball to Malik Neighbors? Can he get the ball to Darius Slayton? Can he get the ball to Calvin Austin or Darnell Mooney? Is going to be the question. And with no Malik Neighbors probably for the first 4 games of the season, you're going to have to start building that rapport now, and hopefully that's what they're doing.
I think that's why they kept Darius. That's why they kept Darius Slayton, dude.
Right. They needed somebody with familiarity because you just bringing a whole new depth chart of receivers. This dude is going to be missing pass because there's going to be no communication on the route runs. I guarantee you that he didn't have these dudes down at his crib down in Salt Lake, down in Utah, because he's from Utah, out there, working out in the offseason.
I don't know if I'm sold on Jackson Dart.
I'm not yet. He's
I hear what everybody say about what they see in him, and every time I see even the highlights of him, I judge it differently as a difference between a playmaker and a quarterback to me. And I do think that he is a quote unquote playmaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of them players. If you was in high school and under, you get your ball to the best player every time down. Every time you get the ball, you give it to your best player. I think he's one of them players. I just don't know if me watching him as a quarterback does it for me. And I don't have enough footage to just throw that on him so far, so soon. So I want to see what he look like this year. But
I think he's better. I think he's better than a quarterback that's been a starter in the league twice or 3 times.
Who is that?
And now is a backup. That you and I know very well, Mark, because he was a quarterback for our college, our school, and then he left and went to the Ohio State.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he's sorry. Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. I think Jackson Dart is better than Fields was, and a lot of people thought Fields had that.
I think that Jackson Dart, but honestly, you know what, Cody? I like that comparison. I think that they're on par with each other. I think they're right neck and neck with each other. Again, Justin Fields is a playmaker, not a quarterback to me.
We just had a great Nick Freeze in. He'll be back in a second.
Excuse me?
Nick Freeze had just logged in, but I guess he's
logged in.
Relax. Let's go over to the team that finished second to last in that division. That's the Washington Commanders. And clearly we all know what was the situation with them. The Commanders, clearly, obviously, we all know Jaden Daniels was hurt a lot last season. And you look at that chart led by Scary Terry McLaurin. Traylon Burks, who's a former first-round pick, who they picked up last year near the middle of the season. You got Luke McCaffrey there, Jalen Lynn, De'Ami Brown, Antonio Williams. Obviously, they signed Van Jefferson.
Brown back. This was wild.
They signed Van Jefferson. Like I said, it's all going to depend on Jalen Daniels' health. Same thing I was saying, like pretty much with Jackson Dart. Terry McLaurin, we know what he's good at. Traylon Burks is a bust. And currently still trying to find his way in the league. Luke McCaffrey is just a guy. Van Jefferson is a pro. But the rest of these guys, this receiving, sorry Nova, Sports BSP, if you're watching, these receivers don't really do no. After Terry McLaurin, this is pretty much it. And that's why everybody's running. Are they going to try to go get Brandon Ayuk? We'll see. But the rest of the wide receivers are pretty much garbage. I'm sorry.
Brandon, you need to shut the hell up.
He really does. But the rest of that depth chart is flat out trash.
Right.
It's trash. Outside of Terry McLaurin, it's garbage. It's garbage.
Yeah, and Debo's gone. I mean, Luke McCaffrey, he's coming off an injury as well. I mean, I think he turned into
McCaffrey coming off an injury, the irony.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ed. I love you, dog, but your sons are injury prone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this receiving core. I like Scary Terry, but I think after that is up in the air. Jaden Daniels hopefully have a healthy year this year, and we know how he played when he was healthy. So,
and all eyes will be on him year 3 to see if he stays healthy. But if he's not healthy 2 straight years,
do you move on?
Well, you don't pick up the 5th-year option. I'll tell you that now.
Only reason I'm asking is because this year is a quarterback draft.
You don't pick up the 5th-year option. But boy, if he's not healthy,
if he get hurt again this year,
they're gonna have to have some real conversations in the nation's capital about who's gonna be do they need to bring him about who to bring on as quarterback. And is he the guy? Does Dan Quinn want to go in another direction? We'll see. Cody, what you make about the Commanders' wide receiver room?
It's Scary Terry, and or bust, really, like you said. Like, this team's gonna be. I mean, you'll see, and anybody after that's just a total rotation. I mean, you got lots of, like I said, there's lots of cast-offs on this team, and they're going to be run through. Actually, what's crazy though is they just signed Wes Welker to be their tight ends coach.
Wow!
So
it's crazy.
You're telling me that you have one of the greatest slot wide receivers of all time coaching your tight ends. That tells me everything I need to know. That means they're going to go to Chigaronquo like across the middle all the time. A lot.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy who was their former tight ends coach long years ago.
Who?
One Sean McVay.
Oh shit.
Fucking coaching tree. That coaching Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan,
McVay,
Kevin O'Connell,
Kevin O'Connell, Mike McDaniel,
Tom McVay,
Matt LaFleur. They were all under that Mike Shanahan team where Kyle Shanahan was the OC. And yeah, none of them got hired by the Commanders, but I don't know what to expect. It's the Commanders.
They do dumb shit.
Let's go to the team that finished second in the NFC East. How about them Dallas Cowboys? But look, obviously to me, CeeDee Lamb is the best receiver in this division, hands down. I don't want to hear. I know we're gonna get to
John. You might let me try. I just resized the photo so it might fit us all now.
Go ahead.
You want to try it?
Oh, I see right there. All right,
there he goes. You can take that one out the middle. There we go.
Pause.
Yo, you good? You good, man?
There we go. There we go.
You were good. All right,
editing on the fly. That's how the real shows do it. Editing on the fly. Let's go.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. The one and only Nick Free.
There's the Frizzy.
What it do. All right, you
Iceman.
We're talking about the Cowboys. So let's looking at their wide receiver room. We just talked about the Giants and the Commanders. Currently, if you look at both of the depth charts for these two teams, Nick, it's pretty much they have one really good wide receiver and a bunch of average to below average wide receivers. And obviously with the Giants, focus on the Malik Neighbors' health. With the Commanders, if Terry McLaurin doesn't have Jaden Daniels throwing the ball, he's not going to be that effective. Let's go to the Cowboys. I just said CeeDee Lamb's currently the best receiver in this division. I know we're going to get to the next team, and I know some people are going to argue on the next team, but let's be real with yourself. The best receiver in this division is number 88 for the Cowboys. George Pickens had a good year last year. He's playing under the franchise tag because he wants to get paid, but clearly they made the right call because clearly I don't know how this dude will react if he got paid. I think he would. You already questioned some of his motor without money. What you gonna do when he actually gets money? Ryan Flanoy, he was saying Ryan Flanoy, he's an okay receiver. They signed MVS, Cavante Turbin, of course, their special teams ace.
Interesting stat about MVS. Everywhere he goes, the quarterback win MVP.
Well, Chiefs
or has a
Packers,
really overrated season, or a really overrated season.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be a good number 3 for this roster. Or if Flanoy is not the number 3, it's MVS or Flanoy.
Ryan Flournoy like blew up last season, especially when CeeDee Lamb was out and it was the George Pickens and Ryan Flournoy show.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Flournoy won a lot of people a lot of money last year.
Oh yeah,
I feel like I've seen him right now in fantasy drafts being way overdrafted, just for the simple fact of the matter is people remember what he did last year and they forget that CeeDee Lamb was hurt, but they're overdrafting him right now because of it last year, coming up last year. And then like what Mark just said, MVS, he seems to be an MVP, like MVP maker. So, but I feel like the best wide receiver that just unappreciated on that list is Kevontae Turpin. I don't care how small and how shifty he is. Dude is he's a weapon. So
he's a weapon. He'll definitely give you points on kick returns, punt returns. You name when the ball gets in this dude's hands, he's going to make things happen. He's going to make things happen. But the Cowboys, it's all going to be on what happens with Dak Prescott. You got can CD stay healthy this year? Where's George Pickens' mind going to be at? Is it going to be on trying to be successful or feeding his pockets?
Contract year.
Yes,
he's going to play well.
But remember,
it was a contract year last year too. So I mean,
he get franchised again.
And he played well last year too, right?
And he might get franchised again. Knowing Jerry, knowing Jerry, you just don't know.
As a player, can you not sign the
you don't have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to sign the franchise tag at all.
That's Le'Veon Bell did.
You don't sign it if you don't sign it by week 10, you don't play. You sit out the rest of the season. It's cool. And remember that happened with Le'Veon Bell, and he ended up with the Jets.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, he was history.
Just in the season.
Yeah, and that's what his career ended. It just ended.
The Jets fans and the Mets fans are the same people. I just want y'all to know that.
They are. You ain't got to tell me twice. Yeah. No one talks about them. The fact that they overpay for Juan Soto and have the worst team in the National League, but I'll shut up. But yeah, I'll start with Mark. What you make of the Cowboys depth chart? Obviously, CD, they have the top two receivers, and the question who will be number 3 and 4.
I like their receiving room.
Shout out to Uncle Buck, RP John Candy.
I got Flournoy as the third receiver. I'm with Cody. He had a great year last year. I think he got it's his spot to lose as that third receiver, based off last year. But overall, the Cowboys receiving room is not too bad, man. Like you said, I like Turpin. MVS is a good receiver when you already have three good receivers or a couple of good receivers. I'm not mad at the Cowboys receiving room.
What you think, Cody?
I think it's, as much as I love to hate on the Cowboys, I think it's the best one on the list. For sure.
Yes.
In the East. In the East, for sure. I think Flournoy is probably going to be the 3 because he is MVS. MVS hasn't had over like 300 yards since like 2024, since he was with New Orleans. So, and he's been bouncing around a lot. So I feel like that he's there for the veteran presence and maybe like to kind of like, okay, well, George Pickens, you need to kind of, here's how you do it kind of thing. I've been on a lot of winning franchises with Kansas City and with Green Bay and played with a lot of like really good quarterbacks. So I think that he's there for that reason. Like I said, I like Kevontae Turpin a lot. Like I really do. So I think that the Cowboys probably have the best one on this side over here. So it's not, CeeDee Lamb is arguably top 6 receiver in the league when he's fully healthy. So
what you think, Nick?
It's without a doubt the Cowboys. Flournoy for sure is going to be the wide receiver 3. According to how the running game goes, there's a possibility they can have 3 1,000-yard receivers. All according to how it goes. And to be honest with you, it's not even close. When you look at the rest of the division, it's really not that close. I mean, we don't know how good Mekhi Lemon is going to be, but no matter how good he is, unfortunately, Devontae Smith is there, and his quarterback is Jalen Hurts. So there's a cap onto that. Outside of Terry McLaurin, the Commanders room is kind of ugh. It ain't really nothing. The Giants is literally just Malik Neighbors, and he's not even playing. And it's Malik Neighbors and a bunch of receivers that were good at Madden like about 6 or 7 years ago. So yeah, it's the Cowboys. It's not even close. Like even if you were to take CD Lamb off of the Cowboys, it would still be the Cowboys.
All right. And let's go to the team that won the division last year, was one and done.
Flournoy had 475 yards and 4 touchdowns last year in 4 starts.
That's crazy.
He had 16 games. He had 56 targets on 40 receptions. So he had 11, almost 12 yards a clip.
Hey, man, that's very productive.
That's better than anything Marquette MVS has done in his career.
Damn, that's bad.
That's crazy.
So let's look at the team that won the NFC East last year, that was coming off the Super Bowl, and it was one and done in the playoffs, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. And obviously the biggest difference is no A.J. Brown will be in the division we're going to talk about next in the AFC East. But now this is the Devontae Smith show, which a lot of Eagles fans will tell you it was always been the Devontae Smith show, but I'll argue with that.
They're hating when they say that.
Pretty much.
It wasn't always the Devontae Smith show.
They did draft Mekhi Lemon. I see Sam's comment. Yeah, Sam, I understand. We know. You wanted them with the Rams. A lot of people. We know, Sam. We know. It's okay. No, we need you in good health.
That would have been crazy, him with the Rams, though.
Yeah.
That would have been unfair.
The fact that I kept seeing that, well, we saw it. We wanted that, but they also were saying Debo's going to end up there too. That was crazy.
Well, Debo ends up back with the Niners, so we'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. But look at the
already playing fullback over there.
That's insane.
No, they just got to get to the regular season before they know who playing.
Basically.
You ain't lying. I ain't drafting nobody on 18 during fantasy football.
Nope. Devontae Smith, Mekhi Lemon.
I know who I'm drafting for my fantasy.
Yeah.
You know one overall this year?
That's hate, Nick.
Shit.
Hey, yo.
Are you all right?
Dontavian Wicks, Hollywood Brown, Elijah Moore, Johnny Wilson. Obviously now Devontae Smith's the number 1 wideout for this squad. They draft Mekhi Lemon at 20 to hopefully be the number 2. Obviously Romeo Dobbs is gone. We're going to talk about him in a second. Matter of fact, no, he was in Green Bay. I'm sorry. But we're talking about A.J. Brown being gone and all these guys moving up a spot on the depth chart. But it's all going to focus on one person. And Eagles fans, again, y'all not going to like this show again. It all depends on on how Jalen Hurts plays. This all depends on. Devontae Smith can't throw himself the ball. Mekhi Lemon can't throw himself the ball. This is going to ride or die with Jalen Hurts.
True.
Well, and if he does not get the ball to Devontae Smith and Saquon does not be able to run like he did 2 years ago, you're done.
I mean, there's not going to be. That's just a given because no Jeff Stoutland.
Right. No Jeff Stoutland. You got Sean Mannion in there now as a first-year OC. And everyone keeps saying, well, Jalen Hurts keeps trading these OCs, keeps having to change OCs. That's part of football. You got to just live with it. That's part of football, man. If you do a good job, you're going to get hired. You're going to get hired by somebody. Somebody's going to pluck from your coaching tree.
For sure.
Some of them didn't do a good job.
Look at Sean McVay. He got to change coordinators every other year.
Pretty much.
I'm not a fan.
He's probably got to change. He's probably got to change coordinators again this year.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I like on his Eagles receiving staff, of course, Devontae Smith, but fuck Alabama. Mekhi Lemon.
Wicks is
Hey, Nick, remember last year when he was at SC and I said Mekhi Lemon, you a Buffalo Bill?
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn near
I
wish.
remember that. Y'all could have got Jacoby Lane. Never mind.
Hollywood Brown, and you know what? I like Elijah Moore is a really good route runner. He's just not big enough, but he's a really good route runner.
Then no one gives him credit. Dude's good. He's an underrated player. I thought he was going to do more for you guys when he was in Buffalo. But of course,
I did too. I did too.
Yeah, so
that's because he's like 5'2".
Yeah, I look at this all based on if Jalen Hurts can get these dudes the ball. It's a make or break. Oh, we're gonna talk about the Bills in a second. Sam, hold that thought. But if Jalen Hurts ain't getting these dudes the ball, I mean, it's not gonna matter. Devontae Smith, we know he's a good wide receiver. We know Lakeem Lemon has the potential to be a really good wide receiver in the NFL. Hollywood Brown, he can get you a couple big home run plays every now and then. Elijah Moore
is not consistent.
Yeah, Elijah Moore, we just talked about. He's very underrated as a wide receiver.
He's a really good route runner. His route run is top tier in the NFL.
Yeah, so it all depends on Jalen Hurts. They don't have, like I said, this is the only other team outside the Cowboys that you can argue has two really good wide receivers. And granted, we haven't seen Lakeem Lemon in the NFL game.
I'm about to say, who's the second for the Eagles? We haven't seen Lakeem Lemon.
That's right. Well, we haven't seen Lakeem Lemon, but you're hoping that
They had two last year.
Yeah, no, according to Eagles fans, they didn't. But
they had one because the quarterback couldn't give them the ball.
Right. So it sounds like they just pretty much have the same thing they did last year because we're gonna have no receivers because quarterback don't get the ball. But that's a whole other conversation. We'll save that for Friday, and as we get through the season. But obviously, we want to rank these teams' depth charts. I'm going Cowboys 1, Eagles 2, Commanders 3, Giants 4.
I got Cowboys and Eagles, and the rest of them don't have. Oh, I'll go Giants and Commanders.
Yeah, I think we all in agreement to that one because that's exactly.
With Giants and Commanders and Giants.
I got the Commanders over the Giants because I don't know if Malik Neighbors is going to play.
Yes, that's the thing, and I think he's starting the season on the pup list. If that's 4 games, and you got a second-year QB, and you don't have a star wide receiver there, and he ain't good either. Yeah, so
yeah, you guys right. You guys just told me because I just went on a rant about the Giants quarterback. Yep, you're right.
All right, let's head over
Cody. What about Cody?
Cody, who's rank the?
I mean, because what I've been reading is Malik Neighbors is going to start week 1. Like a lot of the stuff I've been reading and a lot of the training camp footage that I've seen. I think I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Malik Neighbors with one leg, Darius Slayton and Calvin Austin and Darnell Mooney is better than just Terry McLaurin by himself.
I'm be honest with you. That bottom receiver on the Giants might be better than 3 and down on the Cowboys.
Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, if he still shows
about 5 years ago.
I'm talking about now.
I think it's Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Commanders, and I love Terry McLaurin. And if it's a healthy Jalen Hurts, you better have Terry McLaurin on your fantasy team. But if you don't, if he's hurt, I mean Jaden Daniels, my bad. You better have Terry McLaurin. So
before we leave the NFC East, I do want to say there's one receiver out there that I've been hearing about to 2 of these East teams, one in the AFC and one in the NFC, and that's Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
One I've been hearing is to the Eagles.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one is back to Buffalo. So we'll see.
I heard they said that here too.
I'm hearing
back to Houston.
I'm also hearing the Commanders. Obviously, he's from the DMV. Stephon Diggs to the Commanders is also one that's been out there.
Well, I'm saying like earlier today, I've heard him linked to once his court situation gets handled. I think we'll start seeing certain things.
I agree.
Yeah,
let's go over to the
Diggs loves links.
If he goes to Commanders, do you move Terry to the outside and put Diggs in the slot?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
All right, let's head over to the AFC East. Because we all know the worst team in this division is the Jets.
Oh.
Nah,
sorry, Brandon.
Wait, you think the Jets are worse than? You think the Jets worse than the Dolphins?
Based off last year, we're going off based off last year. Based off last year,
I got the Dolphins going forward.
Based off last year, the Jets were the worst. So we're going in order by how the teams finished in the division last year. The Jets were the worst team. They ended up with the second pick in the draft. Obviously, it's Aaron Glenn's second year as a head coach. They're going to have a new quarterback. The Justin Fields experience was a disaster. They brought back Geno Smith, and you have Garrett Wilson.
Another disaster.
You have Garrett Wilson. Obviously, he's your number one receiver. We know what he can do. AD Mitchell coming over from the Colts.
They said he can't catch.
He doesn't know when to cross the end zone, cross the goal line either. Omar Cooper from Indiana. Hey, he did. He pulled a Deshaun Jackson. I'm sorry. My guy Tim Patrick, former Bronco, and then you got Arlen Smith but currently
that lady always been fun.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad wide receiver room.
If AD Mitchell can catch the ball,
it's okay. Take him out.
I mean, Omar Cooper,
I think Omar Cooper will be he'll be wide receiver too.
Omar Cooper had a really good career at Indiana. Was Fernando Mendoza's number one target in the receiving game. He goes there. Obviously, be number 2 next to Garrett Wilson.
I like Garrett Wilson a lot.
And the question is, can Geno Smith manage this season enough for them? Because eventually they're going to be in the QB draft category next year
for sure.
I have something about the Jets. There should be an asterisk next to the wide receivers because I understand Mitchell and Cooper are the ones that's fighting for wide receiver too, but the second option in the passing game plays tight end, and he's going to be very good. And he's going to be very good.
I didn't factor in tight ends in any of this because that would have changed this whole list on all of these teams. Yeah. Because I'm going to give it to you. The NFC East, there's a bunch of good tight ends over there. Like literally all 4 of those teams have a good tight end. Everyone, Ferguson. Isaiah Likely is with the Giants now. You got Dallas Goedert with the Eagles, and you got Chig from that's been around. He was really good at Tennessee. Is over with Commanders now.
I don't think Isaiah Likely is that good.
Hey Cody, I'm not mad at putting tight ends on this list because they're gonna be a receiving aspect.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about specifically wide receivers, Because I felt like if you did tight ends, that changed the list. But I don't mind that at all.
Passing game at that point.
Yo, Sam, y'all got like 20 million tight ends on the Rams already. I don't know. Pause. I got like 20 million of the. I mean, how many?
And they all getting rammed.
Pause. That's insane. And Kenyon Sadiq is actually dealing with a hernia. Is recovering from a hernia surgery
because he got rammed.
I don't know. Well, he played for the Jets, so wouldn't it be he got jetted? My bad, y'all.
Hey, does Jet stands for Jizz everything that's seen?
Yo, Nick, get out of here. All right,
my fault.
Let's go to the Dolphins. Obviously, they're going to look like a whole new team with no Tua. Now Malik Neighbors is the quarterback. They got a new coach.
Malik Neighbors?
I mean Malik Willis.
Oh, I said, damn.
That nigga is sorry.
Who, Malik Neighbors?
No, Malik Willis.
Malik Willis is sorry.
And you get this wide receiver depth chart of Jalen Tolbert, Tutu Atwell, Malik Washington, Kevin Coleman Jr., Caleb Douglas, and Chris Bell. My Lord, this is
AD Mitchell had more of everything than anybody on that team.
That's not a good thing.
Except for Malik Washington. He had 46 receptions versus 33.
I thought room was pretty crazy. This right here, this is insane. This Dolphins wide receiver room has to be the worst in the league.
This is something you just believe. This smells like tanking.
They might win 2 games this year.
The Dolphins might be the worst team in the NFL this year.
They literally took a page right out of the Packers playbook. They literally took the Packers mentality and brought it with them. But instead of having a bunch of number 2s like the Packers had, they had a bunch of number 2 wide receivers. They have a bunch of like number 4s.
For sure.
Literally, this team is made up of nothing but a bunch of number 4s. Tolbert was a Cowboy behind CD, George Pickens, Ryan Flanoy, and then he was a number 4. Tutu Atwell was behind Puka, Devontae Adams, and who was their third? The kid from Texas with the dreads. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Jordan.
Jordan
Whittington. Yeah. Malik Washington was the number 3 or number 4 last season on the Dolphins themselves. And then you got Coleman, Douglas, and Bell, I think are all rookies.
Jesus Christ.
This wide receiver room is terrible.
That Big Nick calls it the unemployment line. Jalen Tolbert is their number 1. Yeah, that's their number. Jalen Tolbert being your number 1. Well, he was like, the number 4 with the Cowboys?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, John.
He had 18 receptions last season.
Put Sam's comment up. You should be embarrassed.
I got this.
Go ahead, John.
If y'all watched Sports for You back in 2023, me and Nick told y'all this dude was not going to be nothing coming out of Liberty University. I don't care if Hugh Freeze was his coach. Only Liberty I know is the Statue of Liberty. The New York Liberty.
The play Statue of Liberty, not even that.
The play the Statue of Liberty. Boise State used to beat Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. No quarterback coming out of Liberty University. And everyone thought
you forget he played at Auburn. Come on now.
Man, please.
And he wasn't good there.
His job to Bo Nix.
And he wasn't good there either. And Bo Nix and the Bell and go to Oregon. So what does that say you about Auburn? Nick was very adamant, and I agreed with him. This dude was not going to be in it. Everyone thought he was going to go to the Steelers in the first round. They took Kenny Pickett. He fell to the 3rd round to the Titans, and obviously look where he's at now.
I ain't gonna lie. No matter who they would have chose, they'd have been fucked up. Because Kenny Pickett is terrible.
He's starting on
Thursday in the Hall of Fame game for the Panthers.
Man, Nico got bigger hands than him.
He's Bryce Young's backup in Carolina. We're getting the Hall of Fame game on Thursday. The great matchup of Kenny Pickett versus Carson Beck.
God,
y'all boy.
This is twice I've heard that now, Mark, and I want to scream.
They don't claim him, Nick. I said it earlier. Cody was pissed.
I wouldn't claim him either.
JoJo don't claim him in Miami probably either.
Georgia would have won something that been somebody else at quarterback. It wasn't for him.
But yeah, this is a horrible wide receiver room. Jesus Christ! It's like the G League. It's like NFL Europe. Like this is like an XFL, a UFL like depth chart. This is really bad.
Nick would have won something at Georgia if we didn't have Mike Bobo as our offensive coordinator.
Yeah, boy, cannot wait to college football. We have the college football talk.
Because I absolutely hate Mike Bobo, and I hate that Kirby.
I mean, there's better guys you could have as a number 1 over on the Commanders than anybody in the Dolphins. You could put Van Jefferson, and he could be a number 1 on that fucking Dolphins team.
Shit, you can pick.
Man, dog. This is terrible.
You can pick Johnny Wilson.
Yeah.
Dog, you can put McCaffrey over there, and he's clearly the number 1. Clearly.
All right, go ahead, John.
All right, let's get some Mark squad. Let's see. Idle Hands versus Sid the Sloth. Let me quit. I know, but wow. Trail, that's crazy. Mark's Bills.
Who's Sid the Sloth?
From Ice Age. That's Carson Beck.
Angel. Oh.
Yo, you good?
Oh, that's Angel Wilson too.
Right?
Apparently.
You all right?
Mm-hmm.
You all right?
What?
Angel?
Right?
And Sidislav was an angel. He was a nice guy, man.
Yeah, it is what it is.
All right, man. All right,
I'm
man.
gonna get canceled one way or the other one of these days.
All right, we already got canceled because we was talking about this whole trans thing. The Marks Bills. Marks Bills. Obviously, they make the move. They bring in DJ Moore from the Bears. Obviously, Josh Allen now has a new wide receiver. Hold on. You're going last.
I just got a question.
Hold on.
I hate Brandon Bean.
Hold on. All right. Your boy. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry, Mark. Obviously, Khalil Shakir. My guy Josh Palmer from Tennessee, who's now with the Bills.
He can go back to Tennessee if all I give a fuck about.
Keon Coleman.
He can go back to Florida State too.
Skylar Bell.
I want to see what he gonna do.
And then y'all brought in your guy McCall Hartman. Obviously,
he can go back to Georgia.
What up, Sheet? Obviously, DJ Moore is gonna be the one. We want him to be the new number one target for Josh Allen. Can Khalil Shakir be a strong number 2
slot receiver? Is what he is.
And I don't know what the rest of it. Obviously, we all heard how the owner dogged Keon Coleman. McCall Hartman's there as a veteran. And obviously, my guy Josh Palmer, he's on his.
Get him back to Tennessee.
Well, yeah, I put him back on the charge as far as I care.
Tennessee, he can go back to Tennessee. He can go to Tennessee Titans. He can go to Tennessee Volunteers. He can go to Tennessee fucking Little League football. He can just get him out of
Josh Palmer.
Yes.
Tennessee Chattanooga.
Yeah, he probably had like 5 catches in Buffalo in 2 years. Well, get this thing out of here, man. And take number 5 off. You got to be good to wear 5. Stupid.
That's it. All right, man. Nick, you go first, man. Nick, go. Yeah, man. Go first, Nick.
All right, so I don't understand why.
Me neither. I don't understand either, Nick.
Teams. Here's the thing, and like if you fix this particular part of your team, it is like a complete game changer. Like for example, like when Carolina went against y'all, John, why in the hell didn't they improve their offensive line? Like why wasn't the priority was let's get offensive linemen over here, because their defensive line completely kicked our ass. From the moment from the first whistle until the last one, we got dominated at the line of scrimmage. Let's do this and all that other good stuff, right? When Kansas City lost to the Bucks, the first thing they did was invest into their offensive line. They know what they have over there, and they know what their weakness was, and they addressed it. So, if you're the Bills, you know that you need to get him some weapons on the outside. You feel what I'm saying? I understand the DJ Moore move. I like that move. That's not bad at all. He's definitely, wide receiver 1 for sure. But what you doing outside of that? Like you said, there's a question mark with Keon Coleman. Shakir, I think he'll be better if he was wide receiver 3. Josh Palmer, who gives a fuck about him? Skylar Bell. I mean, this ain't gonna work. You feel what I'm saying? It's too much for Josh. Josh has to do too much to win these games. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't get why you don't make some type of splash to we already know why. But why didn't you contact the Eagles about AJ Brown? You was gonna make a trade for a receiver anyway. Look, you was making a trade for a receiver anyways. Why not try to go for the one that's better than DJ Moore? Stop being cheap. Because if you get AJ Brown up over there with Josh Allen, that's your chance to go. That takes your team to the next level. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like Mark always says, Brandon Bean is okay with being okay.
Go ahead, Cody.
You guys know that I'm a big stats-driven person. I love stats.
Yep.
The guy on there, number 2 for the Patriots, is better than any wide receiver on the Bills, statistically, last season.
Mm-hmm.
Romeo Doubs played in 16 games. He had 55 receptions, 724 yards, with 6 touchdowns. Bills' best wide receiver was Khalil Shakir with 72 receptions for 719 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, it's like the fucking, what we were talking about earlier. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You know what I mean? Like, why are the Bills being a poverty franchise, Mark? Why are you being a poverty franchise when you have arguably top 1 or 2 quarterbacks in the NFL? Damn it, Brandon Bean. DJ Moore played in 17 games, had 50 receptions, 682 yards for 6 touchdowns. And he's going to be your number 1. He's going to be your number 1.
Well,
all right.
Well,
go ahead, Nick.
There's an asterisk with that. There's an asterisk on that, Cody, because he wasn't really fucking with Caleb over there. For some reason, he wanted Justin Fields over there. See, I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. That should be a red flag right there. But yeah, that's outside. I agree with Cody. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
All right, Mark.
John, you go ahead.
All right, then. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
I mean, DJ Moore wanted Justin Fields back with in 2023, where he had like 1,300 yards. He had 1,300 yards, 96 receptions, and 8 touchdowns. There you go. There's his Justin Fields numbers. That's
Here's the deal. This all could have been solved by if you would have just did one thing. You could have got Jalen Waddle at the trade deadline. All you had to do was willing to give up an extra pick. No, I'm holding on to that pick. What happened to Jalen Waddle this offseason?
He got traded to the Broncos.
To where? Yeah, my squad. The team that beat you.
The team. Fuck where Jalen Waddle got traded to. What happened to that pick that he didn't want to give up?
Good point.
Stupid ass Brandon B. Man.
What
we traded back 3 times.
The last 2 watch parties we had, the Bills did not pick in the first round. One of those picks they traded out to the Chiefs ended up being Xavier Worthy.
Hey, John. You know what really could have saved them?
What was that?
If they would have kept that pick instead. If they would have kept that pick instead of trading it for Stephon Diggs and drafted Justin Jefferson.
That would have. You know what? Yeah.
Who knows who would have drafted Justin Jefferson? John, Nick?
It would have been y'all.
He probably would have traded the pick.
It probably was.
No, the Eagles. The Eagles. No. I don't know what the Eagles drafted. What's his name? Oh my God, what's the dude name? That motherfucker was sorry. Was it Jalen Lenore?
No,
Jalen Rager. And he's on the Dolphins depth chart, guys. I just didn't want to put him on there.
And
the Bills, that's terrible.
The Bills, they'd have drafted Anthony Edwards.
Well, or Anthony Richardson. They probably gonna go try to sign Anthony Richardson and make him a wide receiver.
No, they'll draft Anthony Edwards.
They're about to get a receiver that played for Carolina. Oh, coincidentally, they do have a receiver that played for Carolina.
Yeah. That's insane. It's DJ Moore. DJ Moore was
That's crazy. Hey,
I mean, your Jalen Waddle take. He had 910 yards last season with 6 touchdowns, 64 receptions.
Yeah.
He's a better fit with Josh Allen than DJ Moore is.
All right. Everyone waited long enough. Mark.
Scorched earth, man.
It's your time, man.
First off, can I just say I hate Brendan Bean? Can we just start off with that?
I mean, we knew that.
Cool. We could have got Jalen Waddle and DJ Moore. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
That makes too much sense, though.
And I'm on a at them not going to get receivers. Like y'all say, if y'all include the tight ends, we have 2 good tight ends that can catch the ball. So cool. I'm with all that. Even if I think DJ Moore is the older version of Khalil Shakir. It's the same fucking receiver. It's all the same shit if you ask me. We have nobody that can take the top off of defense, which Jalen Moore would have done. I mean, Jalen Waller would have done. But instead, you don't want to keep that. You don't want to trade that pick. You want to trade back 18 times. I think that our biggest, if we just the one on this, the receiver, y'all just heard how I feel about Josh Palmer. He can go anywhere else. I don't give a damn about that. We can trade him to the Dolphins for all I care. Keon Coleman's gonna be an interesting year this year. He's been working with Stevie. My bad, John. He's been working with Stevie Johnson. If anybody remember who that
good.
was,
That's good. That's good. Stevie Johnson was good.
Yeah. So,
my second favorite Bills receiver all time.
Yeah, I want to see how that's been working out.
Maybe third, I guess.
But I just don't like the Pagulias. They got it. I'm ready for them to go. I'm ready for Brandon Beane to go. How they treated Keon Coleman, I wouldn't be mad if Keon Coleman came out here and shit this year too and had a great year when he went somewhere next year.
All right.
I mean,
Nick, you're insane. Nick, that's insane, but okay.
What?
Your name?
Oh, what? Nick Freeze?
You really skip past the middle part, huh? Okay.
No, I'm gonna talk about John. That's hate.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm seeing things. All right, let's go to the team that ended up that shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl, but they ended up there.
Hey, Cody, in the eye test, Romeo Doubs not better than Khalil Shakir.
On the eye test, you're right. You're right. You're damn right. You're damn sure right. But the fact of the matter is, Romeo Doubs did what he did with fucking Jordan Love and Khalil Shakir did his with Josh Allen. So I think the quarterback.
They also threw the ball more though.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But I'm just saying, like, you got somebody that
he's sorry too. Sorry ass Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Nick, it's crazy.
So let's get to his former teammate, Romeo Doubs' new team, the AFC champion New England Patriots. Obviously, the big story is here. They acquire A.J. Brown on June 1st from the Eagles, reunites him with Mike Vrabel, who drafted him in Tennessee.
What a day that was.
Well, yeah, Romeo Doubs obviously comes over from Green Bay. You still got Mario Davis, Keyshawn Boutte, who they drafted. Mac Hollins, March Boyd, now is with the
who's Boutte?
I don't know. Mac Hollins is now with the Patriots. Fire. And then Kyle Williams, of course, who's their special team ace, is of course then right there, also on the receiving depth chart. Look, I think they made the right move going to get AJ Brown. Everybody could have had him. But he clearly was the worst kept secret that he was going to reunite with Mike Vrabel. Now Drake May, you got a number one receiver, and you got a good solid receiver, Romeo Doubs. We'll see what happens with the rest of these guys like Demario Davis, Keyshawn, Mac Hollins, Kyle Williams. They're all pros, they're all vets. But
they can run the ball. They're gonna be all right.
But clearly, when the passing game, you gotta make sure you get number one involved. Because we saw how he gets when he doesn't get his targets. He'll be a malcontent.
I doubt it.
But this time he has the coach and Mike Vrabel, who knows him very well and knows how to deal with him. So I don't think they won't have that issue. But
and he got a quarterback. He got a quarterback now to pass the ball.
Yeah.
Still shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl, but that's another conversation. But
that's hate, John, and I understand why.
It still takes me off.
Well, John, y'all should never mind either. Never mind that neither.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the Patriots. they're going to take a step back because they had a real easy schedule now. And now they're going to probably have a real tougher schedule because they were a division winner. But if this receiver core can be solid and make life easier for Drake May, they can another play. They can make another run in the playoffs. But I don't think they're the best team in the AFC East. I think it's still the Bills.
All right.
I know people are going to obviously Joe Brady's a first year head coach, but he has familiarity with Josh Allen and they're keeping the same offense. I think still helps, but I'm gonna look at the Patriots. I think they're gonna take a step back because they're gonna have a lot more people to go up against this that was a little bit more competitive than they had last year.
If they play the Chargers in the first round, they'll be okay.
I like the Pats receiving core, man. I like of course AJ Brown. I like Romeo Doubs. I even like Keyshawn Boutte. I think he showed a lot last year as a number 2. I think they got a pretty solid receiving core, man.
What you think, Cody?
I think it's probably the best in the. I think it's the best in the East. To be honest with you, I think that obviously AJ Brown puts them over the top, but you got, like I said, Dobbs coming off a 700-yard season. Boutte and Mac Hollins both had over 500 yards. Like Boutte had like 6 touchdowns. He was like leading the NFL at one point, like receiving touchdowns last year. And then
the receiver is crazy.
And then
why y'all speaking French?
Pop Douglas. I mean, he's not bad. He's more of a small receiver, but like he's not terrible. And then they let what? Last year, remember they started out with like y'all remember Jalen Polk, Jalen Polk, and then he ended up going to the Saints and retired this week, or like yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So I think the Patriots do, and they're going to pass, so McDaniels is going to scheme it up. Especially that you got a 1,000-yard receiver on your team now. So
fuck him.
Who? Nick?
Josh McDaniels.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Bitch ass.
Man, you ain't gotta tell me. You ain't get no arguments here. I hate that dude.
Real.
All right. You're gonna never hear me and Nick say.
Oh yeah, he's dragging sweaty balls across both of y'all's organizations, ain't he?
He ain't gonna never hear me and Nick say nothing nice about Josh McDaniels.
Him and the sweaty balls on the same team with Boutte is crazy.
Well, he's speaking French, man.
So,
and the guy Mac Hollins who's been wearing like cut off t-shirts, crop tops lately.
He don't wear shoes.
Lately, he been wearing that all the time. And he don't wear shoes when he go to the games.
Yep, he did with the Raiders too. He didn't wear no shoes.
Now the question, there's the debate. Who's the best receiver in the AFC and NFC East?
Oh, CD Lamb.
CD Lamb. All right, top 5, Nick. Top 3.
CD Lamb, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, and DJ Moore.
No Devontae?
God damn, Nick, that's hate.
What? What I do now?
No Devontae?
Devontae who? Oh yeah, Devontae. I'm tripping. My bad, y'all.
Think you good over here, bro?
No, I had to put the blunt down real fast. I am removing DJ Moore, and I'm adding Devontae Smith. And he's number 5 until he has a spectacular season and end up being probably number 2 next year. Well, he got Jalen Hurts, so who knows?
John?
And look, just get AJ Brown the ball, and then that frees everything up easier for Romeo Doubs, Demario Davis.
What top 5?
My top 5 what?
Receivers.
in this division?
On the whole list. On the whole list.
And all the East.
Okay. I'm going CD 1, AJ Brown 2, Devontae Smith 3, Garrett Wilson 4. See, and I'm debating it's either, and I think it's because the injuries play a part in it, because I want to put George Pickens there, but I want to put Malik Neighbors there because I know he's more talented than Terry McLaurin and George Pickens, but I can't because I don't know what he's going to look like coming off of ACL. So it's either George Pickens or Terry McLaurin, who's 5. I'm probably going to have to go with Scary Terry. I trust him more. I probably trust him more, but he could go either way between him and George Pickens. But that 1 through 4, it's definitive. CD, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson, and I would probably put. George. It's either George Pickens or Terry McLaurin. I probably lean more towards Terry McLaurin because I think he's a better route runner. He's a better pure receiver. But George Pickens, when he gets the ball, we know he's going to make things happen. But I'll go with George Pickens, and I'm not comfortable. I'm not confident in it.
John changed the answer both twice.
It's like crazy to believe. It's like I'm really talking myself out of one and talking myself out of another. But I'll probably lean more towards George Pickens than Terry McLaurin. But those are my top 5. Sorry, Dolphins. I didn't have nobody on this list. I know Mark's pretty hot. That no one on the Bills. That ought to just prove Mark's point. The Bills should have somebody on this list, especially with Josh Allen as quarterback. And if the Giants if Malik Neighbors was healthy, he would probably be somewhere on this list, or he'd be right outside the top 5.
He would be. He'd be top 5 if he was healthy.
But yeah,
if he was healthy, he'd be top 5.
That's my 5.
Cody, who you got?
So, all things considered, I mean, I've always been the biggest hater of AJ Brown. I always have. I just always hated AJ Brown. I always thought Smitty was better than him. I did. I just deep down in my heart of hearts, I always thought he was better. But I have to know that AJ Brown is better than Smitty, and it's probably going to show this year. So I'm gonna go CD 1, AJ 2 is gonna look exactly kind of like Mark. I mean, like John's. Smitty is 3. I have Garrett Wilson 4. No, Terry McLaurin 4, and Garrett Wilson 5. George Pickens, I really like George, but I need to see him do it again. And kind of the same thing, kind of the same argument with like Nick had with Smitty being a number 1. I need to see George Pickens do it again because I didn't see him do it consistently in Pittsburgh. I need to see him be that number 1 that I think that he has the potential to be. I need to see him do it again.
There's a nipple showing on there.
I think Garrett Wilson's talented. He just was hurt last year, and he's always had a shitty quarterback.
His entire career.
Yeah, because he never but had one full season of Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers by the end of the season had Devontae Adams and stopped throwing to Garrett Wilson. So
yeah.
I got CDS 1. I'm challenging y'all list. I got Devontae at 2, AJ at 3. Despite the injury, Malik Neighbors at 4 and Garrett Wilson at 5.
I don't disagree with that. I really wanted to put Devontae Smith at 2, like I really did, but I think now, without the fact of having the AJ Brown or at least a talent of that nature to take away from him as number 1, I feel like he's going. I feel like he could have a setback. Really, to be honest,
I feel like it's going to be the other way around too. I think that could work for both ways. Without having Devontae Smith on the side of AJ Brown, we might see a drop off with AJ Brown too.
Yeah.
See, we can't. I know automatically AJ Brown was receiver 1 there, but we can't also not look at the pressure that Devontae Smith took off AJ Brown.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But they both, but obviously they go and kind of like what we talk about tight ends here. The Patriots have a great tight end too. And that's going to take a lot of pressure off of AJ Brown. Hunter Henry is a great tight end, and no one gives him credit for it because he's on the Patriots.
And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our Beast of the East Mastah Debates. Let us know who you think of the top 5 receivers in the AFC and NFC East at Mastah D-Baters on Instagram and on X. Obviously, you can hit us up at Sports For You Podcast, at Bars and Briefs. Let us know who you think are the top 5 receivers in the AFC and NFC East.
Can I say that if we would have made the trade that we should have made, Jalen Waddle would have been in the top 5.
Yeah, we would have. And I hope he's the best receiver in AFC West. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a few weeks.
I hate Brandon Bean.
A few weeks. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final segment of the show. It's often imitated. It's never duplicated.
Nick is gonna call out names because of what he put in our other group chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for calling out names.
Which damn group chat? We're like in 3.
All right.
He was talking about his mom. That was crazy.
Let me say this. So let me ask you: do you guys have any call out names? My call out names are going to be real personal.
You go for it, buddy. You handle your laundry first.
Do I have any call out names? I don't think I do.
All right, Cody.
I'm trying to think right now. No, not really.
All right. This is about to get real personal for me, and I hate to do this, but I hate clout, Chase. I hate clout type shit. And I think this is what happened here. My calling out names is for Shaquille O'Neal.
What? Wait, what? Huh?
I got one, but it's a good call out names. So
we'll do a salute. We'll do a salute at the end of that.
Yeah.
But here's my calling out names for Shaq, and if you know, you know, because I'm about to go score surf once you hear this BS.
And what do you think about the way that they did treat him?
Well, they didn't love me. They loved Kobe. They didn't love me. Listen, this is what we call B.O.B., brother, the business of basketball. You know, when you're like me, when I'm in charge, I'm a difficult man to deal with. Everything has to be done my way. And sometimes people don't agree with that. And, you know, so when they get you up out of there, it's like, so I could kind of understand both sides.
Obviously, they loved you and Kobe. Why do you think it is that the fan base just never connected with him? And what do you think about the way that they did treat him?
Well, they didn't love me.
I'm sorry, who didn't love you, Shaq? What? Let me get this straight. Shaquille O'Neal went on Sirius XM and said Laker fans didn't love him. They only loved Kobe. So he could empathize, so he could sympathize with LeBron? No, Shaq. Laker fans didn't love Shaq. That's bull. I know Laker fans to this day who still hate Kobe for the fact that Shaq left. Don't tell me Laker fans didn't love you.
Tell them how you
3
really
championships,
feel,
3 finals MVPs. Laker fans didn't love you, Shaq? No. They hated you when you left. But when you were here, them 8 years in purple and gold, you were loved. Despite missing the first season, only playing 17 games the first season with a broken toe. The second season, you injured your quad in preseason, but we had 4 All-Stars, and we went to the conference finals and got swept by the Jazz. The following year, we get swept by the Spurs. Then Phil Jackson comes in, and we go on this magical run to winning 3 straight championships. This is straight BS. Trying to say you can sympathize with LeBron. No, you can't. I don't know no Laker fan through your time in purple and gold hated you. The only time you got disrespected was when you got booed the first time you came back to Staples Center with the Miami Heat. Laker fans love Shaq. They still love Shaq to this day. And like I said, there are still Laker fans to this day who still hate Kobe for the way that ended. You're not looking at one because I love Shaq. And Kobe's my favorite player. But I hated how that ended. But don't tell me Laker fans didn't love you, Shaq, the way they don't love LeBron. That's bull. Y'all want to chime in on this? Because that ticked me off. Laker fans didn't love Shaq. All right, man.
Shaq just trying to play good guy, bad guy, man. That's just Shaq. That's
Pretty
Shaq
much.
coming out.
Come on, man. Can't say that, man. You know, Laker fans ain't falling for that. You were loved here, dude.
I agree.
What the heck you mean Laker fans didn't love Shaq? They only love Kobe. What? You know when Lakers fans really started loving Kobe? When Kobe started becoming the ultimate superstar. When you came here, I remember the day you came here. We didn't know if this 17-year-old kid was going to be the next great thing, but they knew. But I remember people were celebrating the fact that Jerry West was able to get you from the Olympics back to LA to sign this giant deal, and then you ended up going back to Team USA and winning a gold medal. I want to hear this crap about Laker fans didn't love Shaq. That's bull.
Oh, so it's cool for players to change teams in the middle of their prime. Oh, all right. Never mind.
I had another person calling out names. By the way,
they only started with LeBron. All right,
by the way, I got another person. I had another person, but I just wanted to focus on Shaq. I had Kevin Durant calling out names for that BS the other day, trying to compare him going to the Warriors to LeBron going to Philly. I'll say that for Friday. And I'm gonna say Draymond for Friday too, trying to say that VJ Edgecombe should his agent should be mad and should try to get him out of Philly. So now he's gonna be the fifth man because Bron's there.
So there's 5 starting spots, jackass.
I'm not done. But my other call now name is this. This right wing hate. Everyone who wants to hate on ESPN now, that ESPN's going through everyone's hating on ESPN doing this, the WWE stuff. Now we hating on people because they're zooming in from the nail shop. So y'all mad because Monica McNutt really did a spot talking about LeBron signing or wherever the topic was. I don't even remember, for crying out loud. But she was on the Zoom on her phone while getting a pedicure. I did a whole podcast from a car when my mom was when I had to take my mama to the airport. I did sports food wrestling all the way from my car from LAX all the way back to the house.
I've done it from the airport. I like sitting in the airport before, Ballers and Briefs on. Sitting in the airport waiting on a call. I've done it from Disney before. I've done it from inside Disneyland, sitting in California Adventure at a picnic table.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares,
what are we talking about? I've did calls from remotes, from 710 remotes. With Mark and Nick still holding down the show at the studio. I'm at a golf course in Orange County.
Getting jiggy with it.
Well, I wasn't saying that, but shout out to Miss Molly. But this stuff that Monica McNutt should be fired because she did a Sports Center hit from the nail salon. Get the F out. Get that right wing bull crap out of here, please.
Oh, I thought you meant Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, don't get me started with him.
No, dude. That was pure comedy, bro. That was pure comedy.
Here's the thing with Aaron Rodgers. I understand everything he was saying, but what the heck y'all think he was going to do? When he goes on McAfee's show, you know he's going to let it rip. And ESPN didn't mute him.
They tried to bury him.
Right. ESPN they didn't care about the Diana Rossini thing because, number one, she doesn't work. She didn't work for ESPN when this whole Mike Vrabel scandal happened. She worked for The Athletic. Now, if they want to bring up stuff, now they want to tie to her time at ESPN to them, that's a whole other case. But for Aaron Rodgers basically on there calling her a hoe, which is crazy.
Oh, I didn't even hear that. I thought I was talking about when he said fuck ESPN. And he don't fuck with ESPN. And he was like, I know I'm on Pat McAfee's show. He was like, but your associates is dickheads.
He was mad because ESPN he called out ESPN for the whole Mike Vrabel lack of coverage on the Mike Vrabel Diana Rossini thing.
Well, and he was also like talking about like how that people were burying him over his back stance.
Oh, they're bringing up Dr. Fauci saying no comment and this and that.
Fauci being pleading the fifth in court and all this kind of stuff, and that they didn't give any time about that, and it was all about how people were calling him like a murderer and all this kind of shit. So it was pure comedy gold, like in pure Aaron Rodgers goofy ass fashion. Aaron Rodgers is much a character as he is a person. Like,
and I saw Jamel Hill. She goes on Twitter, was like, Aaron Rodgers is who y'all think, who y'all think Jaylen Brown is. But that's my call on that. It's like, come on, Shaq, be better, bro. Be better. All right, we're gonna get up out of here.
What about salute?
Oh yeah, Cody, give us your sports for you. Your sports for you salute for the night.
Yeah, so since I will not be on Friday and I will not be on Sports for You Wrestling, I want to give out a shout out to the Beast Incarnate, the greatest combat sports athlete of all time, one Mr. Brock Lesnar. Thank you, sir, for putting your body on the line through shit for our entertainment for years. No matter where people stand on your issues outside of the ring, thank you for everything you did inside the ring.
He's innocent until proven guilty.
Wait, what happened with Brock Lesnar?
He was tied in that whole Vince McMahon stuff, but he was guilty by association. I mean, there's been no logical evidence that he had anything to do with alleged sex trafficking. But Brock Lesnar did officially announce his retirement from WWE today at the age of 49. This dude had a career. National champion, NCAA champion at the University of Minnesota, youngest WWE champion, beat The Rock at SummerSlam in 2002, left the WWE at the height of his career, went to tried out with the Vikings, it didn't make it, went to UFC, and his second match became UFC heavyweight champion, defeating Randy Couture. All right, Sam.
He beat some greats, man.
Nice, Sam. And then came back and had one heck of a second run in WWE, which included ending the Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania. But this, what he did with Obafemi, will probably go down as one of his greatest achievements. We found the next Obafemi, the next Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
and Obafemi was him. And so salute the Brock Lesnar. Next stop will be the WWE Hall of Fame for the Beast, and I can't wait to hear that speech.
Oh yeah.
But we'll talk also about that tomorrow on Sports Free Wrestling with me, JoJo Trail, and Nessa. And also, we got to salute Cody's girl, Chelsea Green, our new women's champion. I'm going to have a lot more to say about that because I saw a lot of hate because everyone's still dwelling on that whole Chelsea Cunningham pointing picture. Now they don't want to give her props for being women's champion. I got you tomorrow, Cody. Don't trip. I got you tomorrow because I think people really need to pump their brakes.
Shout out to Reclusa, and if you don't know who Reclusa is, go watch Lucha Underground.
Oh my God!
All I got to say.
She's never doing that. She's never doing that again. Everyone begging for her to pin to the run back Lucha Underground, but she said it is not going to happen. And now that she has the WWE Women's Championship, new money. Yeah, I'm not. You kiss that goodbye.
Shout out to the Undertaker.
Shout out to Undertaker. Officially admitted that he runs AAA. And it's dope. Shut up, Mark.
Wait, he runs AAA?
It's a Mexican. Yes.
The car?
No, the Mexican wrestling promotion, dog. Not AAA, not the automobile club. This dude, man. But check me out tomorrow on Sports U Wrestling with Terrell and JoJo. Relax as we recap SummerSlam and talk about the Raw after SummerSlam and everything, and then look ahead to why did Rey Mysterio want to meet with Roman Reigns. We'll talk about that. Obviously keep your eyes out for when Mark and Ill Will go live for the next episode of No Rules on IG Lives. Make sure you're following No Rules Podcast on the gram. Yeah, that's great. That's great, Cody. Friday, we'll be back. We'll recap the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. Start looking ahead to the Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement. Let's remind y'all how great these guys who are going in the Hall of Fame were. And we'll talk about that, obviously, and we'll continue to talk more AFC, NFC East. We're gonna have some guests pulling up. I heard Big Nick's pulling up. Might have some other guests in the pipeline that on Friday to hang out with us. And then next week, Mastah D-Baters is back because we'll begin talking about the NFC and the AFC North. So stay tuned for that topic. So y'all be ready as we're cooking some things up. Make sure y'all
Fantasy football
subscribe.
drafts are around the corner, guys.
And
Got
fantasy football.
Fantasy football.
Ask them.
Yeah, you got questions, fantasy football at Ballers and Briefs at Mastah D-Baters. We will answer them, and we're getting ready for the drafts coming up in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, football season's here. I say we'll let you know what's going on next week as we talk the North. But y'all subscribe on YouTube, The Sports For You, Ballers and Briefs. Follow us on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Sports For You Podcast. Follow Ballers and Briefs on X and Instagram and TikTok as well. Follow Mastah D-Baters on X and Instagram at Mastah D-Baters. Subscribe to Ballers and Briefs on Twitch as well, and on YouTube. And we will see y'all on Friday. Enjoy the Hall of Fame game and enjoy all the sports. This has been episode 4 of Mastah D-Baters. I'm John. That's Mark. That's Cody. Shout out to Nick Freeze. And we'll see y'all on Friday. Embrace the debate, everybody. Peace.
Mastah D-Baters. We stay lit. If you want the truth, come take your seat. Join the debate. Bring the heat. One mic, 4 angles, no fear, no pause, big names, big